Sometimes the technology bugs you. It was irritating. This is the third time that I'm recording this video today, and once someone had interrupted, then second the card was unreadable. Cannot help it. I was almost through my speech, but it was not recorded. That's technology, and that's uncertainty, Murphy's law. You cannot help. In the evening, my father called me once again. Yes, that's a different story from the one which I told a couple of days ago. He said, just rush to my place and I'll show you something special. I went and he pointed with his fingers the queue of ants, and in between there was a different insect. And he said, do you know what? This is the cow of ant family. Now this was really interesting. I had read about it, the concept, but I haven't seen that insect personally. It looked a little different. It was kind of in triangular shape. Maybe its wings spanned away from its body. It was clearly different from the ants, but it was appearing, it was moving easily through the queue and no ants were bothering it. So it was clearly part of the family, and he said that this is something which ants have found a mutual relationship by evolution of millions of years. And this insect gives them a secretion in the form of a milk. It need not necessarily be white and taste sweet as we have in the part of our consumption. No, not necessarily. It's just secretion that scientists call a form of milk. So just imagine how in the beginning that insect would have been different and must have been vulnerable to being killed or being preyed. And it found out that somehow if it gets into that group, finds a protection, it has to give something in return. I'm quite sure the starting would have been very much turbulent. It must have been killed, but eventually it's all about survival. You have to survive, maybe yourself, and you have to find a way out. The ants must have thought that this is something that it gives us, and maybe in return we'll give the protection. And if it works out, together we'll survive. So the end intention of any species or animals or insects or any form of life on earth is to find a way to survive. Survival of the fittest, the Darwin's theory. And just think for a moment how intelligent the nature is. They say it doesn't think, but I have reservations about it. I think that it has a little kind of mind of its own, and it goes into the right direction. Not necessarily always, but the one who is right is there to be witnessed and seen by us. Now that is not the standalone or just exceptional example. There are many. Corals are the same. Corals are actually the dead cells. Initially they have the host and algae and the fungi. I don't remember exactly what those two portions were, but this is how they made their life possible. One is who does the photosynthesis, another he gives the protection and proves themselves as a host, and together they are standing as structure and a surviving will. Though these days a little difference in the temperature of rising global temperature is causing a mass scale of death of these coral ridges. But what I mean to say is we cannot expect ourselves to be doing all the things at our own terms. So what we need to do is there has to be a way. You have to find the right door or the success. Take help, make mutual relationship with people, and be the one who just is useful to them also. And this is how nature has taught us through these millions and billions years of evolution, that together we can grow and not just stand alone. It's a lesson for humans, and we are doing so. In fact, together all the systems are running. But imagine we are not just the one species that is intelligent and just following this technique. Even the simple insect and small form of life, even at the cellular level, is following this example. Have you heard about mitochondria in your cell? That mitochondria is said to be a cell on its own. Billions of years ago, it has found its way into the cell, and together they are surviving. Now, that is a strange fact I came to know via the book, The Science, the Universe Inside Your Body, a book, a very great book. I'll show you in the next videos. You should go through it. It's a wonderful book. So, these were the things which were running through my mind today, and it's really interesting. I missed cricket's pick, but yeah, sure. Now I know and I'm observant on its part. Let me show you the cow of the ant family in the future. There you go. That's all for today. Bye.